All right. Now we just need your camera.
All right, hold on. About to roll it backwood.
All right, bet. And like I said, it's just gonna be
Hey, where you been at, nigga?
Man, trying to, trying, trying to figure out the Matrix.
Uh,
trying to figure out how to navigate through this matrix. You already know.
Yeah, I had to try to catch my niche. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah, bruh.
dang.
So I got an uphill climb against this damn Steph Curry.
Yeah, you do. You want to go Hakeem or Steph first? Because
I
Steph
said,
gonna be
I
pretty.
said, I said, let's Steph. I said, let's do Steph and Allen Iverson first. Let's say the Hakeem and Shaq for last because C's is a Hakeem guy too. So I won't. That'll be interesting. So I want to keep him waiting for uh, that argument. But let's go ahead and start with the Allen Iverson and Curry one first.
Shaq
Okay,
ain't play.
I am
what's your biggest
recording.
argument?
Just letting y'all know it's just a conversation. It's not no intro or outro or podcast or no shit like that. We just real ones having a conversation and discussing sports.
Sure.
But you want to go first? So we gonna do. You have a discussion. I have a discussion, and then we can go back and forth after that. No
Okay.
interruptions when the person is making their case. Because how I'm viewing this is gonna be like you're a lawyer defending your client. It don't
Okay.
matter if you know they better or whatever. Defend your client with
hmm
everything you have. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be
Okay.
more so based on that. So you wanna go first? Why you
No,
think
go
Steph
ahead.
Curry?
No, you go first. Cause I want to hear how you coming.
I want to add a little insight. I just want to
Go
add a
ahead,
little.
Siege. You go first.
Yeah, I would say, 9 times out of 10, anybody who asks this question, they're gonna say Steph Curry better. Few things, to mention. I would say, I think AI was better on defense. Kind of both the
Ooh.
same height.
Hey, pops.
Um,
hmm
Not too much,
because
man.
just because AI
Yeah,
led
we
the league
just.
in.
But I'm not live or anything. We're just recording the video.
Oh, okay. Can I
Yeah,
use
we're.
that or no?
Um,
Yeah. You do your thing. Yeah. I got headphones on too, so I'm good.
Okay.
Go ahead, y'all.
but I would say I would say Allen Iverson was better on defense for sure
Nice.
because uh, he averaged more steals. He was quicker, more athletic. Obviously, could dunk better because he could jump higher because he had a 40-inch vertical.
Right.
I would say
Well,
that
it went really
Steph Curry
well,
was
so.
blessed to be on a better team in a better situation. That's why the year that they beat Bron, Bron had a little bit of a disability with Kyrie and Love both being injured in the finals. So Steph Curry got his first ring like that. The next year, he had a 73-9 team. So that you can't say that was all Steph Curry. You got to give some of that to the front office that put together that team, that roster that drafted those players. So again, it's not how's that Steph Curry's fault for being on a better team. And then AI I think carried his team to the final single handedly, which I don't know if Steph Curry could have did that. So that's kind of something I can point out there. I think Steph's a better 3-point shooter, but again, when you have people like Michael Jordan, T Mac, Allen Iverson to grow up watching, they kind of set a bar to even encourage you to ever get that good, to even have that imagination, thinking you can get to that ability to even shoot that good. So,
Okay.
different eras, you got hand checking. Um, I think that Steph Curry probably would have got a little more banged up with his, he was projected to have bad ankles, and then he just, exceeded, he's amazing talent. But again, I don't think anybody in the 90s could have just guarded Steph either. But I think there's a little bit more rougher fouls. You could tell by the flagrants and stuff like that, people were getting hit a little bit harder.
Okay.
Um, so, different defense, people playing man a little bit more now versus the zone. I think it all played a factor. But again, I think when it comes to defense, I have to give an edge to Steph. To AI. When it came to athleticism, big edge to AI. When it came to just pure shooting, I would give an edge to Steph. But when it comes to pure scoring, that's where it's kind of a tie. Obviously, right now, AI still has more career points. AI has more career points per game average.
Okay.
So again, AI probably had to score more because he didn't have a Klay Thompson to share the ball with. He didn't
Very.
have Draymond and all that. But again, he's getting more plays to his attributes, which is shooting. So he's getting more screens. He's getting more double screens, elevator doors, things like that. And he can shoot his lights out. But again, when it's just pure scoring, crossover, midi, dunk on you, tip dunk, that's probably why AI averages more points still to this moment career. And then, you know, obviously you got the accolades. Accolades are going to speak for itself. Steph Curry has 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous. AI has 1. Again, I would just say the way he single-handedly carried that team, and then 1 game 1 against Shaq and Kobe, I don't think nobody else could have did that at his height.
That's the biggest highlight of AI because everybody else got swept. Everybody else got swept. AI didn't. The only one that didn't get swept that year.
That's
That was
crazy.
huge.
That was huge. Not only did he single-handedly carry a team with, you know, mediocre talent all the way there, he even won the game. That's what was the most impressive thing to me. You know, obviously winning MVP, leading the league in steals more years. But yeah. So I would just say that it's tough as hell because one of them was blessed to be on a super good team and organization, the front office at the time, and one of them, you know, had to, you know, come in with the hip hop and have the refs against them and have to kind of lead a culture almost because everybody was against him. Like, wait, Michael Jordan and Kobe always wear suits. Why does this dude have a do rag and sack in his pants? We don't like that.
I give AI that. I give AI that.
And then just, you know, he kind of had some gambling issues and, you know, practice. You know what I mean? So we say who was more God gifted? I would say AI.
Yeah, I give you that.
I mean, big hands, 40-inch vertical. You know what I mean? Just quick as lightning. Steph, I think, had to put more work into his fundamentals, shooting the, you know, off the dribble, the handle. Who had a better handle? AI probably. But that's close.
That's tough.
Steph got Pat. Steph top 5 all time in Pat. Steph.
That. Him and AI both top 5.
Yeah.
But my rebuttal against AI is that he did what he could for his size, the best 6 foot and under guard ever. I give him that. But he had a lot of nights where it was a lot of efficient scoring, but it felt like he had to do it. 10 for 30s, the 12 for 33s. But like at the end of the day, when it comes to scoring, it's about being efficient and putting that ball in the hoop, no matter how you do it. AI game was sexier, but Steph Curry is like a bomb. It's just you don't know. AI came in the league, number one pick, right?
Who's that?
Yeah. So he came in number 1 pick, got his own team, did what he had to do. But if I'm looking at their careers overall, AI had the better 3-4 year run. But if you look at the overall totality picture, Steph is a better player. And I love AI. Changed the culture. Dog. I don't know how many people could have took that Sixers team to the finals. He beat Toronto with that had a T-Mac and Vince. He beat a Milwaukee Bucks team that had a Ray Allen, Glenn Robinson, that squad. Like, the dog. AI is a dog. I give him that. But Steph, I can't sit here and say like, oh, you had the blessed better team. It's just they all gel well so great. Everything just went perfect. They had the perfect match. They had the perfect mesh. They just came together so great. And it's like Steph did what he did. It's not his fault that Cleveland got hurt. Spurs got hurt. That first chip, a lot of teams got hurt.
It's not his fault.
You said in 2015, a lot of people got hurt wrong?
A lot of teams got hurt on the way to that title.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant wanted to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't blame him for them 2 titles neither.
Go ahead. In 2015, everybody got hurt, you saying?
So, and Iguodala won the Finals MVP. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But Steph still averaged, 23? Average norm, but it wasn't that Steph Curry that we seen the whole entire year.
Mm-hmm.
He got 2 MVP.
People even say to this day, even the ring he got after KD left.
Wait, let him cook. Let him cook. See, this is his turn.
Oh, yeah.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
I feel like the one he got against Boston stamped the whole totality of his career. Because ever since 2014, 2015, they've been in a run. They've been there since, besides the years they got hurt. They got hurt the year of the bubble. And they got hurt, 2 years ago, maybe? A year ago? I forgot when. The year after Boston or something? All that factors in. And we already know what Steph do offensively. My argument with AI on defense, he played a great team system under Larry Brown, and that team was strictly defense. And he got a lot of his defensive steals, deflections from playing the lane. I look at defense different. You either can guard your man one-on-one, or you can play good team defense. You got a lot of smart defenders that really can't guard shit, and that's one-on-one on the island. So AI never got picked on defense for real. I don't believe. But he held his own. He did what he did in his time. I can't talk bad about AI. That's my dude. Love him. But if you look at their overall career, if you say, okay, who had the better 3-4 year span, I'm going to give it to AI. But if you say 10, 12, 15 years, I'm giving it to Steph because AI did go to Denver with Melo, Kenyon, and all them guys. He did have a great team then. And they was gone out the first, second round? So, I mean,
I think they lost to Kobe in the conference finals. I mean, right?
I want to say that was the year when Chauncey came when they got traded.
First round to the Spurs.
Okay.
Yeah. Go on. All right, let me know when you're done.
Because Chauncey came, that's when they finally got to the Western Conference Finals, right?
I believe so.
AI wasn't there when they got to the Western Conference Finals. Nope. See? So I look at it like, okay, hey, that Sixers team, I'll give you a pass with that. But as far as that Denver team, Western Conference Finals, if you lose to Kobe, cool. But you didn't even get there. You didn't get there. And I give AI his respect, love him. But once... Can you hear me? Yeah, you keep going in and out.
My bad. That's true. But he did lose to Kobe in the first round. So he went up against Kobe in the first round. So it's like, did you really expect him to beat Kobe at that time? 09? 08? No.
But one question. What happened in the first round for you to be playing the Lakers in the first place? What happened in the regular season?
They in the West, though, remember.
That's fine and all, but still. You and Melo?
True.
And you talking about a prime Melo. Like, you could put that prime Melo up against a lot of great players.
True.
So I look at it like, I don't know. Like, AI is a great, great player. Love him. I say he's the best player ever that's 6 foot and under. But overall, totality, he's just... And I ain't even going to get on the accolades because we already know who has more.
It's really the championships that I would say that makes it a landslide. But other than the championships, it's not that crazy.
73-9 before KD.
What?
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes, the greatest regular season team ever, right?
Unanimous MVP since when?
Since what? ShaQ or some shit? I mean, not ShaQ, but maybe. I don't know. Who was the unanimous MVP? Magic Johnson?
Brown almost had it in like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, he never won it. He never won it.
He should have.
Maybe since like Mike. Maybe since like Mike or something.
And that's huge. And I don't know if y'all remember that year when Steph went 73-9, bro. That year, I think everybody can test, like, damn, he might actually be the best player in the league, bro. Like, I was questioning myself, like, I'm a big Brian guy, you know that. But I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. His superpower a little different than everybody else.
Yeah, his
hot is crazy. The first,
yeah,
you get hot.
This my argument for Iverson. That was a argument for Curry you just made right there.
Yeah.
My argument for Iverson, it start back before his pro debut. Iverson was ranked #1 in the country in football and basketball at the same time. So as an athlete, it's no question who's the better athlete, right?
Right.
And you rather be an athlete when it comes to basketball, right? Than a person that's not an athlete or has to rely on fundamentals. You rather be an athlete though, right? Like as your foundation as a ball player. So with that being said, I feel like that helped him a lot on the defensive end. We don't talk about enough about AI, what he did on the defensive end. If you really go and look at the data and look at the numbers, Iverson, he 8 times throughout his career, right? 8 times throughout his career, he received votes for the for the all defensive team. 8 times throughout his career. He received 1 year he received 30-some votes, another year he received 30-some votes. Go look at it. But he did that 8 years he received votes for being in the all-defensive team.
Oh, it's beat.
So that's big. Curry, I think he's somewhere around 5 for his career. Like five times people voted for him to be on the all-defensive team. Just to receive votes as a Steph Curry is amazing. Allen Iverson did that 8 times at a smaller size.
Okay.
Allen Iverson led the league in. I mean, I'm sorry, he didn't. He never led the league in steals, but he finished top 10. No, I'm sorry, he finished top 20 in PER 9 times. Top 20 out of everybody in the league, he finished top 20 in PER 9 times. Look, and then he finished top 10 3 times. So even if you just look at where he finished in PER in those years when he was like having his run, like killing, it's right on par with Steph. Then I feel like this too. Look at the career he had at Georgetown. The freshman year he averaged 20. Then I understand we're not talking about NBA right now, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I understand what Steph did in college too. But Iverson, 20 points per game as a freshman. I understand it wasn't efficient, but go look at that sophomore year. Efficient. Gave you 25 a game as a sophomore in college, bro. Then got drafted number 1 overall with the expectations. Steph didn't get drafted number 1 overall with the expectations. He got drafted like 12th or 13th or something like that. It wasn't meant for him to be the franchise guy. He took off in. He
came in ankles and too small. That shit ain't gonna work in the NBA.
Yeah.
Change, and they say AI changed the culture. Steph changed the league.
Okay, wait. I'm not done.
Go ahead.
I'm not done.
Done.
Now I just highlighted. So I just highlighted how AI was a better defender throughout his career up to this point than Steph Curry. So we agree that he's the better athlete, correct?
Okay.
We agree that he's the better defender, correct? He led the league in steals.
I can't agree to that.
Wait a second. I got data for you. He finished top 16 in defensive win share 4 times. Curry never did that. Allen Iverson, he finished top 5 in steals 3 times. Curry never did that.
I was already drinking.
Iverson finished top 10 in steals twice. And he finished top 20 in steals 3 times throughout his career. So already he's better at reading the lane and getting steals.
But wait, I think
to help his team, and that's just a fact. So if we talking about, if you ask me who's better or who's greater, because I just highlighted how he's a better athlete, he's better on defense. Now let me get to the scoring. Now we understand Iverson had a trash front office. Will we all agree? They did nothing to put anything around him.
Hold on.
Wait a second. I understand they had Chris Webber and John Salmons and Kyle Korver that 1 year, Andre Iguodala. But for the most of his career in Philadelphia, it was trash.
I agree.
At the biggest points of his career, they couldn't get him scoring. They got Keith Van Horn like 2 years later.
He was too old. He was too slow.
So I want to highlight that. I want to highlight the injuries that Allen Iverson had to play with. If you go look at how many injuries he had to play with, that speaks to the shooting percentage a little bit, in my opinion. Especially we have to grade Allen Iverson on the curve a little bit because he was 5'11". You can go look it up. So I feel like him going against them trees at that time, especially at that time, everything was more to the rim. The 3-point era hadn't come yet. So if you adjust his numbers for the 3-point era now, he's a much more efficient player. And look at when he was in Denver. Wait a second. No. Look at when he was in Denver. He shot way better in those 2 seasons. He didn't play a whole lot. I think one year he played like all 82. Then another year he played like 50. But if you go look at the numbers and the data, Allen Iverson was efficient in those 2 years when he had good players around him. He doesn't have to take 30, 33 shots. So
what went wrong?
But okay, so I understand. Look, wait a second. I'm going to get there. He was a little bit older at that time, correct? 31, 32, 33. He was
You can't say he came better shooter and then say he's a little older when he has a young superstar.
but that wasn't 01 Iverson, was it? Let's be clear.
He's still an all-star. He's still a great player.
Yes, but look who they played in the first round both years. The the championship team that they wanted, and then the Spurs.
All right, love.
Come on, bro. Them two teams that they could lose to in the Western Conference Finals. It don't matter when you see them.
Now you want to say hi?
You got to get it done. You're in the West. That's how the West was back in the day. You had Dirk.
I'm not making the case that Iverson's better than Kobe and KD and whoever. I'm doing it versus Steph.
Okay, and
so understand where I'm coming from. So I'm not talking about Kobe, even though Kobe was the best. Probably he wasn't the best player at that time. 2010, he had the best team though, right?
Okay,
but at the
AI was Kobe for 2010.
No. Allen Iverson was 26 a game efficient, 45% from the field, 35% from three, and 80% from the line. Well, slightly under 80.
Did he play for the Nuggets in 2010?
He played for him for 2 seasons. One year he played for him for 72 games, and the other year he played for like 50 games.
Why is this so?
It was 08, 09. It wasn't 2010, was it?
Not 100% sure.
Okay.
I don't want to look it up real quick because we'll be going from the conversation a little bit. But look, okay, so let me finish. Let me land. Came into the game with more expectations, more of the load on him. He was the number 1 pick. Mind you, I just highlighted how the front office was atrocious. Then at his size, then you look at the injuries early in his career. And then this is another thing I want to highlight. He was a 4-time scoring champ. Curry didn't do that 4 times.
No.
Iverson was a 3-time steals champ. He led the league in steal 3 times. Curry never did that.
Okay. 4 and 3.
He was the rookie of the year at 5'11" in the NBA.
Number one pick.
Okay. Which brings me to what I said about more expectations. So I got something I want to ask Curry right now in front of the congregation.
Let's go.
What happened in 2021, dude? Yes, Klay was hurt. Yes, you didn't have KD. How did? Wait a second. No, he was not. Let me cook. He was not.
Go ahead.
Let me holler at you about 2021, Curry. So Iverson didn't have nobody, correct? In 01, we all agree. 01, 2000, Iverson didn't have nobody.
How old was Iverson?
24, 25.
Okay.
Curry was older. So wait a second. So he's still in his prime. He's 31. Iverson was still averaging 26 at 31. Okay, wait a second. Let me cook though. Let me finish cooking.
Okay.
Y'all kill Iverson for his efficiency, but don't understand what insurmountable scoring he had to do just to keep his team afloat and to be battling for that. So understand that you have to grade Iverson on a curve when it comes to his field goal percentage, bro. I want you to understand that as far as especially back then in the early 2000s, at his size, with the help he had with no spacing early in that Philadelphia career, like for him to go on that MVP run and steal a game off of the ShaQ and Kobe Lakers, who guess what, hadn't lost up to that point. So it's like, bro, like Iverson was a gem. So let's talk about 2020, 2021, Curry. No, let's talk about it real quick. You played 65 games, Curry. You played 65 games. There's no excuse. You missed 10 games at the end of the year because you was dealing with a nagging injury, right? So, but look, you came back and had 2 opportunities to get in the play-in. You lost both play-in games to LeBron, and then you lost again to Memphis.
That's not bad.
So you didn't get in the playoffs, and then y'all was 39 and 33. That is similar to a team that Iverson had to carry back then, bro. It's even worse, honestly. Iverson's was probably worse. Yes, because you still had Wiggins, you still had Kuminga, you still had Wiseman, you still had a lot of those guys. What's the dude name that ain't in the league no more? He was hooping at that time though. Toscano Anderson. You had a couple of. Okay, but I'm
You
just
name somebody that's not in the league no more.
but I'm saying, go look at the roster. Go look at I can't remember every single person, but if you go look at the roster, that is similar to a situation that Iverson had to deal with back in the day, and you missed the playoffs. You missed the playoffs.
No, that's not similar.
But I will say this. I will say this about Curry. He balled in both the play-in games. I understand. I get it. But so it boils back down to what I'm saying. Iverson, look what he had to do. Now you see what it feel like. Now you see what it feel like to not have nobody on your squad, and then you barely you miss the playoffs.
Hold on, one for sure. Back then, it was a one-man show. The only teams that has two superstars was the Lakers. Let's be serious.
So Curry was a one-man show. That's what my point.
But now in today's NBA, everybody got 2 and 3 stars on the same team.
Who did they play against?
You went against John that had AD.
The Lakers. What about the Memphis game?
Young John, that team was on the way.
I don't care. It was 2021. This is Steph Curry we talking about. He had already made his name. He already won titles. Okay, before that game, if you ask yourself.
Wait. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Didn't you say Allen Iverson was a little older when he played with Melo? He had a superstar by his side, right? You said
when he played Melo, yes.
When he played with Melo,
yeah,
right?
He was 32 and 33 years old.
Yeah. How old was Steph? They was the same age, right? And Steph was by himself.
But Steph is better, right? That's the argument. Steph is better, right? Iverson would... Dude, look.
You can't say that. Steph won 25, 26, got them fresh legs, can run all day.
Go look at who Steph... Hold on, no. See, now you about to make me go look at who the roster, bro, because they wasn't as bad as you making it seem. No, bro. They had Jordan Poole and all of them. No, dude.
Hold on, wait. Ask me this. Didn't Steph play in the finals 4 straight years and play in the Olympics?
You said what?
100 games a year. On his
what
body.
Are we talking about now?
No, you said though you use age for AI, but when I use age for Steph and he been through more, you can't say that.
But no. I don't have to use wrong. You got to confuse. I don't have to use age when it comes to AI in Denver. Look who he played against in the first round.
But you used age, and Steph didn't. That's what I'm saying. AI at his same age as Steph. He had a young Carmelo.
Age was a cherry on top. Age was a cherry on top of them losing to the Lakers and the Spurs, bro. It wasn't my main thing.
Okay. Clay was hurt. KD was gone. Who did Steph have that was
okay? Let me tell you. Wait a second. Let me tell you. Hold on.
Don't say Jordan Poole because Carmelo's way better than Jordan Poole.
Hold on. Wait.
So wait. They 30. Wait a second. Why is we even talking about the play-in? They had time to make their record better than 39 and 33, bro. So you're not even highlighting the struggles through the year that we seen. You barely make the
injury. Clay was hurt.
So the first taste he get of an Iverson situation, this is what we get: him missing the playoffs. You understand, Teez? The first taste he get of an Iverson situation, he missed the playoffs.
Steph was a boy, because you got to think that Warriors team been making the playoffs since like 09, 2010. He had Monte Ellis and David Lee. Clay and Draymond wasn't out there, so Steph been doing this.
Doing what?
Getting to the playoffs.
Oh no, we gonna keep talking about it. Go ahead.
At the same age when Allen Iverson was in Denver, Steph in 2021, they're at the same age. AI had Carmelo, Steph Curry. Who did he have? His second best player was Jordan Poole. If you compare Carmelo and Jordan Poole, you're outrageous.
Let me show you,
bro. Okay, go to 2021 because I know he had Jordan Poole. Clay was hurt. Clay just.
I know that. That's why I highlighted to show you. But look though, okay, because I see what you're trying to do. You're moving the goalposts. Because now you just somehow at the same age. How is they not? You're moving the goalposts, bro. Because you're trying to just say, well, as Steph at 26, he would have did that. No, you can't tell me Steph at that age. Yes, he wasn't better than the 2015 Steph. I mean, not 2015. Yes, 2015 when he averaged 23 in the finals. You can't tell me this 30-year-old Steph wasn't just as good, if not better. What Steph was doing at that age, bro, was crazy.
Okay, he went against in the play-in. They've been hurt in and out the lineup the entire year.
Let me look up these. Let me look up this roster for you, bro. Hold on. Let me.
I would say this too. You see right here, it says AI led the league in steals 3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then it says Steph Curry led the league in steals right here.
What year is that? 16?
Yep.
But look at how many years Iverson finished in the top 10 versus how many years Steph finished in the top 10.
You can't just take top 10.
No, we're taking that. If we're highlighting guys that lead the league in steals, right? We have to count the years where they finished second, where they finished third. That matters.
This is the most important stat. Steals is the most important stat.
No, steals ain't the most important stat, but I'm highlighting how he was better at that.
Well,
okay.
Steph Curry averaged this too.
It's 5 categories. Not just steals.
Right. So with that being said, I also want to highlight. With that being said, I also got to highlight minimal spacing. At that, Steph can run around. Steph doing whatever he wants. The freedom of movement. Wait a second. I'm not talking about the rules. I'm talking about how they were playing.
Okay, who changed the game?
Oh,
30.
Okay, so okay.
Every team shooting 30 and 43s now because of him.
But who was
changed it?
Okay, but is it about who's greater or who's better?
Steph. It's obvious.
I just pointed out. Iverson's a better defender. He's the better athlete. He had to deal with more BS in his career. Bad front office, bad spacing, bad rosters.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Let's be honest. Younger in their career, who's better? AI, right?
Yes.
Later in their career, who's better? Who got a longer stretch?
Iverson was still 26 points a game at 33.
Okay. He came in at what age?
Curry is right now averaging how much? 26.
Okay. What age did AI come in? They came in at the same age, right?
No, Steph played 1 year. Steph left his junior year of Davidson. Iverson left his sophomore year at Georgetown.
Okay, so what, AI 20, Steph 21. Steph is how old? 35 right now?
Yeah, he our age.
AI was done at 35.
Pretty much, yeah.
And Steph is still...
But I highlighted Iverson injuries and that load he had to carry every night. That's why I highlighted that.
But it's not Steph's fault.
Oh, no. I understand that. I understand that. But I'm saying, Rome, if you really be honest and be genuine with yourself and you judge Iverson at a curve for that era into the era he would play in now, he would have a lot more fun in this era. This era would bring out his game and we would see, it would unlock AI. That's my point of like Iverson was kind of before his time a little bit because I want to see him in this era. Because that era, it wasn't really like...
You can't use that era stuff against the guy that changed the era. You can't use that against him.
He assisted. Go ahead. Because no, wait a second. I want to highlight this. Bron does not get enough credit about changing the game with this, right? Because those Heat teams, when they stacked that shooting like that, bro, that was right before the Curry era. And they was stacking that shooting and they was killing teams, blowing teams out. We even seen them go 20. We won 28 games in a row that year. And we seen it with that pace and space system, with that system. But I understand Curry as one player attempting 15 threes is kind of, I understand. It's the game I don't love. I understand if you're on the side of saying this guy gets most of his points shooting the three, that's better than that style of play. Like if you're on that side of the fence, I understand that. That's not the game I love. But at the same time, we've seen Curry. How many times have you talked about AI 7 to 26, 10 to 30? How many times we seen Curry do that same thing in some big moments?
I have one question for y'all. One question. If roles reverse, well, first I want to say when you asked about the guy that wasn't in the league anymore, he's still in the league. He plays for Washington, by the way.
Who? What's talking about?
John Anderson.
Just kind of Anderson plays for Washington.
This shit, Teez, come on.
But I want to say this: roles reverse. I want to hear what you guys think if Steph. I mean, okay, if you want to bring errors in it, right? Because he changed the league too. Because his handle, they were still calling that a travel.
Talk,
so
Teez.
So now everybody's able to dribble a lot differently and judge.
He took the bet. They was calling carry on this man. Now that ain't a carry, bro.
Hold on, wait.
That matters. But go ahead. Hold on, let him cook.
I gotta piggyback. Because T said something about the AI injuries and Steph injuries. I gotta piggyback on that. Steph didn't play for about 2 years because of his ankles. Yeah. So, I mean, AI was nicked up a lot, but he played.
Rookie of the year.
He was a lot of upper body stuff.
Okay.
A discalated shoulder, separated finger. Like, he was a lot of that.
You threw that in there like Steph didn't get hurt for a year or two.
I'm highlighting my guy stuff. That's on you to highlight his injury.
Okay. All right. You got hurt too.
I'm trying to defend Allen Iverson, bro. Period.
That's the same pace, though, that they own.
That's what. Okay, so my point is when you say who's better, when you really look at it, though, if you just look at that guy's best year versus that guy's best year, adjust for era, please. Adjust for era. Because, bro, Rome. That's looking at it with a disingenuous view because you know.
No.
Okay, Rome. So you can't tell me if a man shoots 42% this year, he wouldn't shoot 44% in the modern era. That's ridiculous. You have to. Come on now, bro. Like that.
No,
like,
wait. The
only reason I tell you that is because the modern era is so ridiculous with the inflation and scoring and the threes.
If I was saying a different player like Luka or somebody, you got me. But it's the guy that changed it, bro. The reason these teams is throwing up 30
he changed it far as distance, correct?
But it's because of one person.
Guys was attempting eight threes a night. Guys was specialists.
But he's the one that changed it to where it hurts.
I have to agree with you there. I have to agree with you.
You had your Ray Allen. You had 3-point specialists. Yes. But it's one guy that changed everything. He's number one for a reason.
You never had to respect the three that much.
And I'm thinking like, okay, if you're saying errors, what if he does go back with that error, but he knows like
from that distance?
No, wait. If he goes back to that error, knowing what he knows now, everybody's gonna go under the screen. Because that's how they played. They was like, okay, he's going to the basket. But he would light their ass the hell up, bro.
Okay, they would. Okay, Curry would have went crazy. I'm not saying he wouldn't go crazy, but you can't. You are undermining the guys by saying we just gonna go under. If they see what he's doing, he would have just changed the game 10 years earlier. That's all, bro. Because everybody had to go through it. Like when he changed the game in 2014, 2015, the teams were like, okay, we can't play like this no more. Like teams switched it all the way up, so I understand that would happen then too. Yes,
I have a question.
That's my argument.
I have a question for each of you, different questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Rome.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, my question to Rome is: if Allen Iverson had a teammate like Klay Thompson that you had to respect, and that when he went to cross somebody over, he could kick it to him, or
like Draymond Green. Imagine, no. Just simply imagine, swap them at their peak. You can't tell me.
Like he didn't play with Carmelo. You're acting like he didn't play with Carmelo.
He played with an ISO scorer. We're talking about guys who get their points. No, wait a second. Wait. Let me cook. You're talking about a guy who catches the ball and got a catch. I'm talking about playing with selfless guys like Klay gonna get you 25 on 10 dribbles. That's my point. Iverson needed that. He had. Go ahead. So he had Eric Snow right here and Dikembe Mutombo right here, bro. Where the fuck can he go?
Hold on, wait. I get that. Yes, he would. Yes, it'll be way better. But AI did have Melo, right? And you said Melo is an ISO scorer. He played on an Olympic team where he was just a spot up guy. So you mean to tell me he couldn't do that at moments?
You're telling me that equates to Klay Thompson?
He had to develop that. He admitted he had to.
So Klay Thompson or Carmelo? Let's be honest.
Who's demanding more respect from that range? Those Olympic threes are college threes, dude. I'm not taking
like
that.
You said, hold on, wait. But like you said, if it's that era, Klay Thompson wouldn't be shooting that many threes, right? So I mean, hey,
Korver. Look, Iverson had Korver as his teammate in 05. So that was like a sprinkle of what he could do. But obviously, Korver ain't Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson can defend.
Yeah.
Okay,
he can.
Teez,
And this ain't that. This ain't that.
Go ahead,
My
Teez.
question to you: How many points would Steph average if he didn't have nobody to pass to and he had to shoot more? If he did put him on a team like the
35 shooting 44% from the field, 45% from the field. It's a tougher load, dude. Like it's just especially as a small guy. When you go there, you're not dunking it in quick. You gotta lay it up, put all your body into it, and do it. Like it's a tougher load. And Iverson was the better athlete. He was better on defense. He was clearly better on defense from the data. From the data, bro. What's the name? Bro, he got eight times he received all defensive team votes.
Can't say that.
8 times.
Only reason. Oh no, wait. So AI at his best years was in Philly, right? 01?
Yes, 01. No, that. But look though, 01 wasn't one of his best years defensively. Was so crazy. 01 wasn't one of his best years. But he did finish top 3 in steals that year.
Okay. Best years for AI was like 0-1. Steph's best years was what? 2017?
Somewhere around there.
He got drafted when? 29 or 09 or 2010 or 11? When Steph get drafted?
I feel like 09. Yeah, he was in that 09 draft with Blake Griffin.
So it took him 8 years. Steph ain't hit his peak till like 28, 29.
Better.
AI hit his younger, which I tested on earlier that AI is better when they're younger. But as far as later in their career, Steph Curry is the better player, and he did it.
He did it longer.
And that's what I'm saying, because when Steph was 24, 25, it wasn't like he was a 6-man. And he was still good, but he didn't
very good.
Right until 2017.
This is a tough one for me. Let me just say, this was tough for me trying to defend AI. This is my best case trying to defend AI. I know how overwhelming the numbers is with Curry. I'm highlighting the greatness I can from Allen Iverson.
I didn't even want to throw that out there.
And look, Rome, I gotta keep it real. If we done with the debate for real, Allen Iverson struggled in those playoff games. No. I'm not talking about the run with the run against with LA, that run. I'm talking about the run in Denver. Go look at the numbers. Yeah. Like, I'm like, you struggle like that at 32, like in the playoffs, like, bro. I'm talking about 6 of 28, like, like 3 of 15. I'm like, damn, AI.
But nobody's talking about how the refs were out to get him. They even admitted it. They came out and said it.
Those motherfuckers.
To get I do think he suffered worse injuries.
He suffered more than Steph. Steph was just as ankles. Iverson's. Oh yeah, I can use this feature. Look at this. Share your screen.
But
tab.
AI was a different style than Steph. Steph is shooter. AI is downhill. He trying to get to the rack in mid range.
But I think Roman had a point when he said AI was better early on. Right. But then Teez had a point too, and maybe all those years of having to carry that load took a toll on him later on.
Can y'all see my screen?
No.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see it? Damn, I thought I was sharing my screen with y'all. Share your screen. Entire screen. Damn, never mind. I can't share it. I was gonna show y'all a graphic. But yeah, bro, Allen Iverson, I just feel like came into the league with more expectations as a small guy. He wasn't the most efficient player, but he had a huge load and a huge mountain to climb ahead of him. And just for him to will that team to the finals and will those teams to those conference appearances and things like that says a lot when he didn't have another all-star teammate. I understand Golden State front office drafted well. I'll give him credit for that. But I'm just saying, if he did have another star with him to grow with him, that it might be a different situation. It might be a dynasty. But I again pointed out how his front office was fucking horrible. The injuries, the roster, the size. But at the end of the day, he got so much out of that size. He finished. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. He finished 8 times in his career. He received all defensive team votes.
How many times he lead the league in scoring?
He led the league in scoring 4 times. Curry only did that twice.
Damn.
You understand? Like,
pretty miraculous, but Steph Curry didn't have to share the ball as much. Would he? So what I'm wondering is, would Steph Curry have been better or worse if he didn't have Golden State?
And my thing is this
in the
too.
second we seen him with the whack team, he didn't make the playoffs.
I can't give him that because I want to see that year when Steph went 73-9. If you give that Steph a team by himself, then you have a prime Steph at his peak, and you can see what he would have did. He did it 5 years. Oh no, wait. He did it 5 years later after being to the finals 4 years in a row, 100-some games, Olympics. Like, come on now.
But remember, before
only
Steph won, before Steph won, it was kind of looked at as, even in those games in the 2015 when they won, Steph didn't play great. He didn't win Finals MVP. And then, so the narrative became, he's not that great of a big game performer like that. Then 2016 happened, they blew the 3-1 lead, right? So he's showing you, ooh, I get up to this stage, I kind of choke a little bit. Then 2017 is where they just domunated.
He went crazy against OKC, though. He came back from a 3-1.
He did come back, but he just gave one up too. So how much weight does that hold?
And I'm not gonna lie, Game 6 Clay was crazy. Imagine if AI had Game 6 Clay on this team.
That's my point. That's the thing I want to highlight too, is the rosters, bro. Like, god damn, like what? Like, bro, you go look at that Iverson rosters. You're like, who the fuck is that?
What if Steph had a Mutombo down there protecting?
He got a Draymond. He's a defensive player of the year.
No, Mutombo's way better defensively. 4 times, 3 times.
Draymond more versatile.
Nah, man.
Yes.
Teez love Draymond. Teez love Draymond.
Draymond is a winning player. He's a plus player.
Draymond
Mutombo wasn't it? Defensively?
No, I'm not saying he was. Mutombo was excellent. Ask me who I'd rather have. I'd rather have Draymond Green. Sir?
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling you.
Mutombo's challenged offensively.
Very much.
Draymond can pass. Draymond can pass better.
Draymond is smarter than Mutombo on offense. Period.
Yeah, Mutombo's strictly defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was AI versus Steph. That was a hell of a fight I had to put up to try to defend AI. Me personally, I know Steph Curry is better, but this debate is about defending the person we're defending. So Steph is unequivocally better. One, because of the playoff. I want to highlight the playoff success of Steph Curry is so overwhelming. Like it's so overwhelming how great, like even in those 2 play-in games I brought up, Steph scored 39 and 34. I couldn't say nothing. Like he went crazy in those 2 play-in games. Like he, like Rome said, he didn't have a squad, but that's why I brought that up so I could flip it back on him and tell him how AI felt. And his team, look, at least they had a Wiggins. At least they had a Poole who would shoot the 3. Eric Snow wasn't shooting.
Ooh, was trash in them 2 games.
Like, but at least he'll shoot that bitch, though.
He just played bad in those games in particular.
Yeah, he was trash in them 2 games, man.
All right, now let's get to ShaQ versus Hakeem. And this will be the end up. Teez, I'm gonna let you go first on this because you haven't spoke for a while.
Yeah. Again, I will highlight here the key things I would say is both are good on offense, both are good at defense.
Yep.
ShaQ was miraculous, I think, for a shorter amount of time. Well, I can't say that. I would say ShaQ averaged 38 and won NBA Finals, and then he averaged 36. And the only players
in the playoffs,
was in the final series.
In the finals series, yes, ShaQ was incredible.
The final series, he averaged 38 and 36. But again, like I always mention, his competition wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm. And the Indiana Pacers, the New Jersey Nets, and who else?
Yeah, it would.
And Iverson.
I think he came in during a very good time for him because a lot of the all-time great bigs were on the downside. The David Robinsons, the Patrick Ewings, they were all done. They was washed already. Because again, people weren't playing as long as they are nowadays.
Excuse me.
People weren't playing.
You just told a lie when you said that Patrick Ewing was on the downside when he made the finals in 1994 when Shaq was in his third year in the league. So that's a little discrepancy with that because Patrick Ewing was still hooping at that time, along with David Robinson. Go look it up.
David Robinson was considered old the year Tim Duncan won with him.
Oh, yes. That was 99. We're talking about 94.
Shaq won.
David Robinson was hooping.
And then for one, I would say this too. I would say that Shaq, like I said, got to play. He didn't have to play against a prime Wilt. He didn't have to play against a prime Hakeem.
Prime Wilt is crazy. A lot of centers didn't have to play against prime Wilt.
Wait.
I hate to interrupt, but God.
Yeah,
this is egregious. This is egregious.
I'm just making my point again. And then when he played against, when he went to LSU, he was that guy. He wasn't wasn't LeBron coming in 18. He was a little older. He knew the game of basketball.
Right.
When he went up,
but he played 3 years. He played 3 years in college. Two because he was getting fouled too much.
Yep. And then he went up against Olajuwon in the finals. Took him to school. Again, I think Shaq ended up getting better on the Lakers. Obviously, I think that was his best moments. That three-peat was his best. But again, going against Brad Miller's, things like that, I just think that was, a handicap. Those guys were never going to be able to stop him. It would have took
Brad Miller.
Miller.
He didn't play against Dikembe Mutombo in the finals. He didn't play against the Davis twins in the finals, and he didn't play against
all these guys.
Who was that? Who was that? All McCullough and Kenyon Martin.
Hold on.
Go ahead. I gotta entertain too, bro. Go ahead.
I'll say this: he ran into an undersized Ben Wallace and got his issue.
Yeah,
he got his issue. Okay, he did get his issue. He got his issue.
Percentage should have been better. Again, Olajuwon was better at rebounding. That's why he has more all-time rebounding. He was better at defense. That's why he has more defensive. And then Mutombo. Then Olajuwon leads the NBA all-time in blocks.
All time. And he was only 6'9" for real. But we ain't talking about that. He was only 6'9". We ain't gonna talk about that.
I love it. Come on.
But then I would say that
6'9". Get the fuck out of here. You can look at that man and see he was no damn 6'9", dude. Get that shit out of here, dude. You see how big he looked next to Ralph Southman?
No.
His teammate, look, get the fuck out of here. He was 7'3", 7'4", I thought.
And
Hakeem wasn't that short compared to him like that, dude. You tripping.
The last thing I would say is this. Hakeem never had no Kobe on his team. Mm-hmm. And he still got 2 rings back to back. So imagine if you had the Lakers.
Imagine if Iverson had Kobe.
No D Wade.
No, I'm making a point here. Imagine, right?
Oh, no.
Imagine.
No, we can't do that.
Talking about
Shaq. That. Warriors drafted. Can't do that.
Okay, so but I'm saying though, imagine. That's that word. That's that shit I'm talking about. Go ahead, man.
Okay, I'm gonna just tell you the facts. They ain't no imagine. Shaq had Penny and got schooled by Olajuwon. Shaq had Kobe and won 3 straight. That's a fact. Olajuwon never had a Penny or a Kobe.
I'm gonna highlight that.
Still got 2. And Shaq is to be 7'3". Shaq does not have more blocks.
7'3". Get the man. Come on now. He's not no damn 7'3", dude. He's not no damn 7'3". He's never been listed as 7'3", bro.
I think he was listed.
That man is 7'1". You putting a little bit extra pepper on it, dude. He's 7'1".
7'2".
Oh my god! All right, go ahead, man.
What shoes on? What them thick ass Shaq shoes on? He's 7'3".
Yeah, man, ain't no damn 7'3". Stop it. You adding sauce to your conversation, dude.
No, I think Shaq was a dog for sure. Obviously,
monster. Like, what you gonna say?
Yeah, he was a monster. But I think the only thing he really has over him, because obviously he couldn't shoot free throws better. He obviously wasn't a better rebounder. He obviously wasn't better at blocking. So he obviously wasn't better at defense. That's why he hasn't won any defensive years. But I think he was better at scoring because he was scoring on easier people. But again, that's my opinion. I'm a '90s guy. Shaq
didn't play in the '90s.
Who?
Shaq didn't play in the '90s.
One finals appearance.
He didn't win a championship in the '90s.
One finals.
Don't matter. He played in the '90s. So all this, he didn't play against other people. He played against the same players, dude. Come on, finish. Go on, finish, bro.
Who did he lose to? Who did he lose to?
As a pup.
No.
Against Hakeem?
No.
Jason Tatum was what, 22 when he lost his Steph in the finals?
That was year 3 for Shaq. He wouldn't, bro. Hakeem was year 12, year 11.
But you can't do that because if Shaq won, you would use it.
That's why you should have tortured him.
But he didn't, did he? So I'm using this one.
No.
So that's what I'm talking about. That I can still say it.
Only player in the league history to win MVP, defensive player, and the Finals MVP. Hakeem, Jordan.
In 1 year, right?
Huh?
You're talking about 1 year, like a winning the same award in that year, right? Okay.
MVP, defensive player, Finals MVP. Hakeem.
Last thing y'all take over. I just think if you would have plugged prime Hakeem in with that Lakers squad with Kobe, they win 4 in a row, not 3 in a row.
Easily. He ain't lazy. Hakeem ain't lazy.
And
y'all playing ifs.
That camaraderie inside of the
more ifs.
Butt heads with a younger brother. Why would you butt heads with a younger Kobe anyways and make him drive you out of town?
You're taking it a different route now.
Hold on. I got one question for you, T, before you speak.
Go ahead.
Kobe.
No, go ahead. You still got to go too.
Okay. Penny or Drexler? The first one was too easy. You taking Penny or Drexler?
Penny.
Okay. Because I already know you're gonna take Kobe.
Yes.
I already know you're gonna take D Wade.
Yes.
So who had the better Robin?
He did. Shaq did have a better Robin. Yeah.
And they was the two best players playing on the same team. Only people that could argue at that time was Tim Duncan.
What you mean?
Only person.
Argue what?
They was the two. Shaq and Kobe were the two best players playing in the NBA on the same team. The only person that won titles on their watch was Tim Duncan, bro.
Yeah, Tim Duncan, Detroit.
That Detroit team was just a team.
Okay, but I'm saying that was a good team though, right? But I'm saying people won on their watch though. Like even Duncan won twice on his watch, and then what was the other one I just said?
The Pistons.
Yeah, the Pistons won. So three teams won in that early 2000s era.
It's just Spurs and Pistons.
Go ahead. I'm gonna wait. Go ahead.
Okay, Spurs and Pistons, the only two teams.
Okay.
Shaq
so that's a flex. Cause them two dogs, the Spurs and the Pistons, you lose to them, bro. That's like.
Hold on, wait. Let me ask you this:
they was hooping.
As individuals, is any of them Pistons players better than Shaq or Kobe?
No.
Okay.
No.
Only person that has an argument against Shaq and Kobe is Tim Duncan. That's it. Nobody else.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
But so, look, we can't
look at that rebound. They're the only two.
Mm-hmm. Look where Shaq's at all-time rebounder.
Pull it up.
Shaq averaged 13 rebounds like 4 times, bro. He didn't he already showed you that early in his career he could do all that.
On screen.
I'm looking at it.
Teez, your argument is done, but go ahead. I'll let you breathe.
No, I was trying to give Shaq some credit.
Shaq
finished in the rebound. Shaq averaged 13 rebounds like the first 4 years of his career. Then it went down to 12, then 11, then 10. It go in order as he got older.
Shaq won his 4. I give him that.
Yeah,
deserve it. The most dominant player ever. I give him all.
You just nullified your argument.
Okay, I give him that.
Go ahead.
But
he went the fourth one.
But out of them 4 years, I'm gonna
highlight something I didn't know. Go ahead. Out of them 4 years, what?
Out of them 4 years, look at D Wade numbers in the playoffs and Kobe numbers in the playoffs. They right on par with Shaq. Only year I'm gonna say Shaq.
I'm gonna light you up.
The only year I'm gonna say Shaq was the clear-cut best player on the Lakers was the first 2 titles. After that, I don't know.
The last year was Kobe's best year on that run. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even say that. And Shaq became lazy, out of shape. That's why they lost to the Pistons. They lost to the
He
Spurs the year
won
before.
3 times, bro. Like, he's in LA. Like, everybody's not Kobe, dude. like he won. He just won 3 times. He's 30. Kobe's 23 and young and want to win still. Like, so of course, bro. Like,
no, we can't just give him that pass.
He's 31 when he left and went to the Heat. He was 31, right?
Okay.
Yes.
How old is LeBron James right now?
So you telling me a 23-year-old playing with a 31-year-old, they not gonna butt heads? I'm like, dude, slow down, dude. Like, I got 3 kids. I'm old, bro. Like, okay, so I understand, but you got to understand, everybody, we're not comparing them to them 3, Kobe, Mike, LeBron. That's the holy trinity of hard work. Many don't go that high as far as hard work, bro. So we dealing with what we dealing with.
But if you look at it, Hakeem consistency was the mid-'80s to the mid-'90s, 10-year run.
Wait till I get to you.
Shaq was just from 92 to where he was in tip-top shape to like, what, 01, 02?
When he was in tip-top shape? No, because he actually lost a lot of weight when he first went to Miami. You can go look it up. Yeah, they got him together when Shaq got in Miami that first year. He averaged 23 points a game and 10 rebounds. And Pat Riley got him in shape. He was thinner. You can go look it up. And Shaq was more efficient. He shot over 60% from the field with his tenure with the Heat. Even more than what he did with the Lakers. So he was more efficient with the Heat. Go ahead.
So why did he in the finals against Dallas?
Why did he Are you asking me? Okay, look.
Wait, what?
Look.
He's strong against Dallas.
Wait a second. Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question?
Read his numbers against Dallas.
But I'm saying, can I answer your question or not? Okay, look. Out of those 6 games he played against Dallas, right? He played bad in 2. It's highlighted because one of those bad games came in game 2 and another one came in game 6. The biggest game, right? So he chose to have 8 points and then 9 points 2 of those 6 games. Go look at the other 4 games. Shaq was 20 and 10. Those numbers, those 2 game numbers messed his numbers up big time. But a lot of that was due to foul trouble if you dive into it. So that's what I want to say about that. And then if you look at the rounds leading up to that against the Pistons right before that series in Dallas, Shaq had just averaged 21 points and 10 rebounds. Very efficient and was still widely considered the best center at that time in 2006. The only ones that was comparable was Yao Ming and Pau Gasol. So Shaq was still the best center. He had a couple of bad games in the finals. I feel like a three-peat that guy that does that is due to a bad game. He's 30. What, he was 34? Like, come on, dude. Like,
who was the centers on Dallas again?
I can't remember. But like I said, he was in foul trouble. Like I said, you know how bigs are. Bigs can get 2 fouls, be done for the whole first quarter. So you got to grade them like that to me a little bit. Because they do get fouled and their numbers change and different things like that. But I just want to highlight how Shaq actually, then he averaged 14 and 11. I'm grading on the curve. He averaged 13.7. But I'm going to say 14 and 10 during the finals. The run before that against the Pistons, 21 and 10. Before that, 8 and 7. And before that, 8 and 10. So through the playoffs, the first round, second round, third round, he was very consistent. He had those 2 bad games in the finals, if you really look at it, bro. That's what I got to say about that 06.
Okay, no. I got a question for you. When Miami Heat won that series, what was the series? What was it 4-2?
I
think they won 4-2, right?
I believe so. No, yeah. Because Dallas was up 2, then they just won 4 straight.
4 straight. Okay. All right.
Yep, they just went crazy. That's so. You done?
Huh?
You done?
Shoot. My case for Hakeem is, bro, I'm just saying it. For a 1 year, 2 year run, yes, I take Shaq. But if you say give me a career, Hakeem career is just as good as, because I feel like he only had how many All-Stars only he played with?
Shoot, Shaq.
You gonna say right?
Shaq
No,
Shaq was
Hakeem.
fortunate. He played with a lot of good players.
That's what I'm saying. Who Hakeem played with before he actually got old? Because that year he played with Scotty and Chuck. He was getting old.
Yeah. He was getting old then, yeah. Him
So-
and Shaq both fell off the cliff at the same age, I believe, like 37.
Yep.
If you look at it, they both fell off the cliff like around 37.
What if I just always think like certain players, if they played with a certain type of player, they'd have been way better than what they were.
Yeah. No,
Hakeem was a big man, bro. He was top 10 in every category in the 90s, bro. Steals, blocks, rebounds, assists, points. Huge.
I hear you.
Problem.
No, he was
everything.
He was a problem. I can't lie. I love Hakeem. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Shit. I just got to make a case for my guy. That's all. Love Hakeem.
Hakeem was top 10 in every category, bro. Who does that?
Nobody.
One guy. It's just one guy I could think of that could do it. It's probably what, two maybe.
Shaq
Russ
did.
and Brown.
Shaq just wasn't in blocks. That's it. He was there in points. He was there in rebounds. There in field goal percentage. There, yeah.
I'm talking about points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Hakeem was top 10 in all of those in one year.
He wasn't no top 10 in assists. Show
Yes.
me that. He was
Hold
top
on.
10 in assists when? In the playoffs for a stretch? Not for a season.
Imagine if he had Kobe, he would definitely be top 10 assists all the time.
Imagine.
I'm about to send it to you on the phone.
That boy Shaq had one trick. Couldn't shoot
All
free
right,
throws.
I'm ready. No, wrong. Come back.
I was about to send it to you.
It had to be for a stretch. It wasn't no whole season.
He don't want to.
Wasn't no whole season, bro. It was a stretch in the playoffs. He let both teams already know it ain't gonna be no whole season, bro. No way. But
I'm
look,
about to begin to you.
all right, send it to me, bro. But it's not. All right, you can send it to me, but I can't share my screen anyway, bro. So the people can't see it. This for the people. We want to keep their viewing pleasure good, like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Y'all still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So, Shaq versus Hakeem.
Okay, hold on. Teez, hold on. I'm about to send it to you right now.
I think both players here, right?
Huh?
What year was it?
Shaq and Hakeem.
In 94, hold on, wait. I'm about to read. In
Go ahead,
94, in 94, he led the team in all five statistical, like the entire team in five statistical categories in the entire playoffs. It was top 10.
Exactly.
In playoffs, that's huge. That's
what I said. It was a stretch of games in the playoffs. I know that.
You step your game up.
Okay, I'm just
biggest
saying. I know it went through a whole 82 games. That's what I'm saying. I know what. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, biggest moments.
Yeah, I give him credit for that for sure. Love Hakeem.
He was a problem.
You land? Was that you landing right there?
Yeah.
All right. Shaq versus Hakeem, right? It is a tough one. Let's all admit, right?
Yeah.
I gotta highlight Hakeem early career, and it's one that I wrestle with because I'm obviously a big Hakeem fan. I seen the moves. I seen the crazy moves. With all that said and all them moves, never was the scorer Shaq was. With all that better free throw shooting, better moves, never was the scorer Shaq was. Matter of fact, Hakeem was eliminated in the first round 8 times throughout his career. I don't know if y'all knew that. Hakeem played 18 seasons. He had 15 playoff seasons, so that means he had to miss the playoffs 3 times, right?
Who are teammates?
Let me build. So in 85, Hakeem was a rookie. He lost in the first round. Okay. Rookie getting to the playoffs. That's what, hell yeah, right? 86. Great run for him. Runs up against that 86 Boston team. We all know how crazy they was, right? So that's respect. We not giving him no slack for losing that. Your first 2 years in the league, first round, then you lose to Boston.
Finals. Say that.
Huh?
In the finals, right?
No, in the conference finals. That was when they had Ralph Sampson, and that was when they was tall as hell. Like,
isn't Houston not in the West? So how could you?
Oh yes. I'm sorry. Yes, that was in the finals. Yes, that's what I wanted to highlight because Shaq also reached the finals his second year in the league. But that's what makes it so close because they literally are polar opposites of each other. Like their career is so similar. Like he ended up in the finals and then he ended up in the final really earlier in their career. So that's a great playoff run for him. So I'm giving him the respect for that. But let's point to the 3-4 years after that. After that great playoff run, the 3-4 years after that, Hakeem played all 4 years at Houston. Hakeem came in polished. And then they win too in Houston. They won.
They won too.
Against Shaq. Yeah, the college, right? In college. Yeah.
And he won against Shaq.
He was polished. He was 22 years old, going on 23 as a rookie. He was a vet.
Okay.
So 87, they lose. This the year after the Boston playoff run. They lose in the second round to a Seattle team. Rome, can you fill me in on who Seattle had during that time in 87?
Who did Hakeem have on his team in 87?
I'm asking you who Seattle had on their team in 87. Teez, you want to let anybody know?
Who Seattle had?
Yeah.
What year?
80. This 87.
I don't think they have Peyton and Sean Kemp yet.
Teez, anything off the head you can name, or you got to look it up? Be honest.
Well, I think I got to look it up.
Exactly. They were trash. They went 39-33. Hakeem lost to that team in the second round.
Was Hakeem injured?
No, sir. Go look it up. He balled.
What year?
This is 87.
So let
me build. Let me keep building. This is my time. Y'all ain't really supposed to be doing this. Let me build. These questions are really rhetorical, y'all. Come on now.
Yeah.
So let me continue. After the 87, right? I'm not even holding that against you. You lost in the second round. You young, right? You 24, 20, you young. After that, he proceeded to lose in the first round 4 straight times. 88, 89, 90, 91. Never.
Who won 90, 91?
Never happened on ShaQ Watch.
Who won 90, 91?
Wait a second. Wait, let me build. Because I'm going to cook his ass slow. Ooh, I'm going to cook Hakeem ass slow. 93. Lost against guess who again? That pesky Seattle team. This time they got Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. Okay. Lose to them. And you expect me to believe he would have beat Michael Jordan? You expect me to believe he would have beat Michael Jordan the very next season? Because guess what? The very next season, Michael Jordan went to go play baseball. He wasn't there. He was playing for the baseball, the minor league baseball team, right? You expect me to believe you just lose to Seattle in the what? What round was that? The first or second round? And you expect me to believe you would have beat Michael Jordan? Nah, I'm not buying it. In 94, you beat the Knicks, a modest Knicks team. They wasn't a great team. They were not a great team.
The Bulls to 7-6
they were not a great team.
Same team that took the Bulls 7-6 games.
You beat them. This is the most amazing thing about Hakeem's career, actually, even though I got to poo-poo it because I'm making an argument for Shaq. This is actually the best achievement of his career because he won, and in that playoff run, he didn't have another 20-point per game score. Vernon Maxwell was the second leading scorer on that 94's team. That is his biggest accomplishment, and I commend him for that. That's why this is very, very hard for me.
He never. But how many years you into Hakeem career? 10?
9.
Okay,
9, 10. That's what. Now I'm getting to my point. Now I'm getting to my point. Thank you for that.
He never had a Kobe.
Thank you for that.
D-Wade.
What? Go
he
ahead.
Never had a Steve Nash. He never had a LeBron. Like, come on. Shaq played with some players.
Okay. Are you all right? Let me finish. Because we gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Because that's just like he played with him, he played in that era. Like, I understand that, but we're making an argument. Let me land real quick.
All right, listen, you did with
the
AI.
year right after the Knicks, you beat the Knicks. That was your best accomplishment. Y'all acquired Clyde Drexler in the summer, 20 point per game scorer, instant offense. Gonna take a lot of load off of you. Clyde proceeded to average 20 points in the playoffs and became the perfect Robin. The perfect Robin, right?
Yep.
You beat Shaq that year, right?
Swept. Don't say beating.
No, okay, yeah. You swept Shaq that year, right?
4-0.
Shaq was how old? And how young in the league again? Okay. This is like you said, 9-10 year player against a 3-year player. A vet, a rookie, a guy who's been through this, know that, like you said, had been to the finals. This was Shaq's first finals appearance. Hakeem had already been there. Hakeem had the experience. Let me build.
Until Clyde got there.
Let me build. So
no.
In that finals run against Boston, Rob Sampson was an all-star, bro. They was the Twin Towers. He was a fucking dog.
Right? It was the second year, right?
Yeah, I know. Let me build though, because we gonna have a discussion at the end. We gonna have a discussion at the end.
Goes around, comes around.
We gonna have a discussion. Let me land. So then he beat Shaq, a young Shaq. Okay, that goes right to your argument on why he's better than him and why he's better than him. To me, it's an experience. But what I'm saying is this: the next 3 years when Mike returned, where was he? I thought you said that he could beat Mike and that he would. So wait a second.
What year did he get hurt? Because he got hurt one of them years.
Oh, let me know the year if you want me to look it up.
That's when he started falling off a cliff.
No, not yet.
I want to say 97.
Not yet. 96? So let me cook.
You lost at you won in 95. So I mean,
so the next 3 years. Mike returned, right? Didn't hear from him. 96, guess who he lose to again? That pesky Seattle team. That's 3 times that Seattle team done spanked his ass.
And then they got to the finals and lost.
He lost in the second round against them, and guess what? He got swept by Seattle. This is in that 90s run right after, the year after in 96. They just won in 95, and you telling me he would have beat Michael Jordan when he got swept against Seattle. That Michael Jordan spanked Seattle.
No, Teez.
Okay, so wait a second. No. Let me cook. Let me finish cooking. In 97, he actually had a good run. And I'm grading him on the curve because he's older now, right? In 97, he had a good run. In 98, he had a good run, but he lost in the first round in 5 games. And what I saved for last. Shaq's revenge. In 1999.
15-year pro versus a 7-year pro.
Shaq destroyed this man.
All right.
Averaging
15-year pro versus a 7-year pro.
29.5 points per game. In the game, 4 games, he went on to sweep his ass. Just like he got swept early in his career. Shaq averaged 29.5 points per game, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks, 4 assists on 52% shooting. He was completely dominant, averaging 30, 10, and 4 blocks and 4 assists. Got his get back. Bird, I don't give a fuck if you old. I don't give a fuck if you 13 years in the league. I got my get back.
Okay. Why
continue.
Can't go the same way when Hakeem beat him up when he 3 years in the league? Why can't go the same way?
He's not old then. That was prime Hakeem versus a baby Shaq. Everyone knows that.
It ain't his fault that they 10 years apart. So it gotta happen somehow.
Let me build. So they 1-1 against each other in the playoffs. Swept him. So look, another thing I want to highlight, right? Shaq led the league in scoring. Hakeem never did that. Never. He never was the scorer Shaq was. Shaq focused on scoring more than defense. And I want to highlight Shaq's defense because people just poo-poo that. Like, it's just, what? Shaq blocked shots, my friend. And even in the years where he didn't get selected for the all-time team, he had the most votes from any of the next player to earn that award. I mean, to earn that accolade.
That's not even close.
Okay.
Defensively, it's not even close. It's not even close.
Okay, I'm not. No. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is. What I'm saying is I'm giving credit in the creases where we don't see from Shaq defensively. So block shots, Shaq 12 times. He averaged 2 or more blocks. 2 times he averaged 3 or more. So 12 times, that's impressive. 12 years you average 2 blocks a game. That's impressive. And then 2 times in your career you average 3. That's great. That's defensive player of the year worthy.
He should. He's a freak of nature.
Okay.
Shaq is 7'2", 315.
So let me finish. Then Shaq received all defensive votes 12 times throughout his career. So I want y'all to understand. That's when I pointed it out with AI about the defensive votes. That gets overlooked. These media and your peers are voting you in as they're giving you votes for all defensive team. It's up to them if you make it or not, bro. So what I want to highlight is the votes because that tells you were playing defense that year or you wouldn't receive these votes like this. So
that's media.
So 12 times. Shaq has the 3-time all defensive this or that, but 12 times throughout his career he received votes to get that award. So I want to make that clear. And was the highest votes like he was just left off. That's what I'm trying to highlight. Shaq was just left off type shit.
Let me say my point. Can I say my point about something?
Let me land. Then we can discuss everything. Let me land.
Go ahead.
Because I got a slow roast this one. Then Shaq was first in defensive win shares in 99 and 2000. So it wasn't even the young Shaq that was playing defense. It was that 28-year-old Shaq when he was getting big and bulky and all that. That Shaq was the dominant defensive force. He was fourth. He was fourth in defensive win shares as a rookie. So that's the dichotomy. I just showed you the big Shaq when he was mature. He was doing his thing defensively, and the young Shaq. So throughout his career, he's been that guy defensively. And he finished top 20. He finished top 20 6 times in defensive rating.
He should be.
Okay. Okay, look. Because that okay, if that's the case, it can go for every 7'2" guy, bro. That's not it. You have to have it in you to go and attack that shot. You're not about to just poo-poo it from his size, dude.
Hold on. It's only 2 guys at that size that we never seen Will.
I'm about to land. We about to have a discussion.
Go for it.
I'm about to land. For real. This another thing I want to point out. Already rebutted the Miami Shaq, right? This one thing I want to point out. 36-year-old Shaq is a sneaky one. The Phoenix Suns Shaq, he actually averaged 18 and 9 and was an all-star. Shaq was very good in Phoenix.
Votes. England is like fan votes.
He made the All-Star game at 20 and 9. How can he make it at
What year was that?
2009, I believe. No. That was 2008. That was 2008. Because we all thought Shaq was done, fell off the cliff, made another All-Star team at 36. So no matter how you try to poo-poo it, that's the facts, and that's what happened, bro.
Is that when him and Kobe were co-MVPs?
I can't remember. That actually, I think so. I think good shit, see? So look, let me land. Houston had 6 players in double figures during those final runs. Both years. So even though they didn't have another star, they were hooping. And I want to say this. You talk about Kobe having such a big impact on the winning, right? When they did in LA, which he did. But I just want to highlight that
first year.
I want that. Yeah. When Shaq swept Hakeem and them. Yeah, Kobe averaged 18 points during that playoff run. Shaq beat your boy up, Hakeem, and was showing the league, here he come. And that was the year before Kobe. Then, the very next year, Kobe averaged 21 points a game in the playoffs. And that was that first year. That was that first year when Shaq dominated, but Kobe averaged 21, then he averaged 25, then he averaged 29. I get that. But, okay.
Hakeem had bad knees around that time, bro. It was never fun.
So, I want to say Shaq was better longer, right? And this. And mind you, the year he played at Phoenix, he played 72 games. So you can't say he was just walking around, and he played 72 games. But get this, they missed the playoffs. And I'm gonna tell you, guess what? Guess how they missed the playoffs? They went 40. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Interesting. They went 46 and what? 28, 39. They missed it. The West was super competitive. Like they just missed it type shit. So I want to keep that in perspective. While Shaq was doing that, Hakeem averaged 13 points.
He was done.
He was done. He was losing to Detroit in the first round, averaging 5 points a game.
Can't even throw that out there. He was with Toronto.
I just gotta cook him with a little salt. That's all. But then in the series before that, in 31, the series right before he was done, he averaged 13 and 7 on 42% shoot. But look, this is my last thing I'm gonna say. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm done. I'm done for real. Hakeem never three-peated. I understand you're gonna say Kobe. That first year, Kobe averaged 21. The second year he averaged 25, 26. Shaq was still that guy. That third year, Kobe averaged 29, and we was like, ooh, he's really that guy. Like, all right? So I understand that. But guess who won Finals MVP? So that splits the hair for me to where I can say he was that guy then. Kobe was there though. Kobe was there at 20 that third championship at 29 points a game. You better believe we're equal.
Yeah.
Like I get it. But those first two was clearly Shaq performed better in the finals and in the playoffs during those first 2 years. But the third year, Kobe made it competitive with the 29 piece. Then was getting you 8 assists here and there and shit like that. So I get it.
And then D Wade came and saved him.
D Wade, but I highlighted how Shaq balled in the playoffs during that too. And the last thing,
show me the finals average.
3-time Finals MVP.
No,
he won the MVP.
Final stats against the Mavericks. The final stats against the Mavs. I want those.
What about him? I told him already. He averaged 14 and 10.
I want the average. I want the average.
Against Dallas, he averaged 14 and 10. He had 2 bad games out of 6, and it hurt his average. He was going to average his same 18 and 10, bro. Like, come on now.
Eric Dampier.
Man, he was young, a big body. What can I say? And then Shaq was at that point, it was catching up to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then mind you, he just averaged 21 and 10 in the Eastern Conference Finals. That word, like, come on, bro. He already 35 years old. He just went for 21 and 10 in the conference finals against Detroit. That was a bloodbath series. So he's going into the Dallas series sluggish. If that makes any sense to you.
And when Hakeem played against Shaq in 01, Hakeem was 35 years old and Shaq was 27.
You said what?
Hakeem was 35 when Hakeem played Shaq in the NBA playoffs in like 2000.
In 99. In 99, he played against Shaq in the playoffs and got swept, remember?
How old was Hakeem?
What, 35?
Yeah.
So what? Shaq still made an All-Star game at 36. What are you talking about?
You just made the same argument for Shaq, though.
I just said Shaq made an All-Star game at 36.
No, you said he was 35. What, again with Miami?
Yes.
Okay.
But he just came off averaging 21 and 10, bro. You didn't hear that?
Nah, you got biggest moments. You got to
okay, but before that, he averaged 18 and 10 in both of the first 2 rounds. In this last round against Dallas, he had 2 bad games. He didn't have a bad series. He had 2 bad games. That hurt his average. If he would have played his normal minutes and all that, he would have averaged his 18 and 10. I'm not gonna give him more points saying he would have went off. I'm saying that hurt his average. Him having to sit down for those 2 games and shit with foul trouble. But I will say this. He's part of a dynasty, so we revere ShaQ in a different way. We've seen that dominance. We've seen how he can put up points at the snap of a finger with the scoring, with him averaging. Hakeem, like I said, Hakeem never led the league in scoring. He was focused primarily on defense, honestly. Like offense was kind of like 50-50, but he never reached those heights that ShaQ did scoring the ball. ShaQ averaged 29 points per game 3 times. Hakeem never reached those heights. I think Hakeem reached 27 points per game like twice. And then he averaged like 25 once, and then 24, and then it was like 22 and 23, all the rest. ShaQ averaged 29 3 times. He averaged 28 like 2 times. He averaged 27 like 3 times. So ShaQ always been that high level scoring, and I feel like that's what he was mostly focused on. But don't get it twisted, because he could defend, bro, and he finished top 10 in defensive rating 4 times. So that tell you right there. Then he finished top 10 in defensive rating 4 times, and he finished top 20 once. So I don't want people to poo-poo ShaQ like he wasn't a defender, because he was even defending in LA, because that was his best. That's when he finished first in defensive win shares. When he, in 2000 with LA, when they won that first one. So I want to highlight that. But all in all, I feel like ShaQ, he's simply, if I was looking at both of their careers on paper, and I was looking at it like, okay, he won 4 times. Okay, 3-time Finals MVP, part of a dynasty, 3-peated, the Rookie of the Year, the scoring titles. I'm looking at that, and I would say I would probably take ShaQ's career. Yes. If I'm looking at it black and white, and I'm looking at the eye test as well, yes, Hakeem had the moves. Yes, Hakeem was better from the free throw line. Still didn't score more. ShaQ was fucking dominant, bro. And we not about to sit here and revise history and make it seem like what we were watching was fucking normal, because it wasn't. And he's a one-of-one kind of player. And that's pretty much my argument on ShaQ. And just the fact that he never had no first round knockout work like that. Like Hakeem was getting slapped up early in his career like that. But
he ain't had a penny Kobe or D-Wade neither.
Yep. And then look, both of them at 36. Hakeem played 50 games. ShaQ played 72 games. So y'all get on ShaQ about durability. He played more games at the same age, both at 36. So I don't want to hear that.
Boston? Cleveland and Boston. You didn't highlight those years.
Cleveland. Oh yeah, I got them right here. In Cleveland. Yes. And so in oh no. I got Cleveland. In Cleveland, in the playoffs, he averaged 11.5. He was like 38. He averaged 11.5 points per game and 5 rebounds. In Boston, he didn't play in the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah, he was done.
Yeah, he was finished by the time he got to Boston. He played in the regular season. He had some moments. He was averaging like 10 points a game. But then in the playoffs, he didn't play, and then he retired. Mm-hmm. Went on TV full time. So that would be my argument for the Big Diesel, the Big Aristotle, ShaQ.
Hakeem still.
So look, now let me ask you this, Ron. In your heart of hearts, though, who you want? Because you already answered it when you said 2 games, ShaQ. But you said career. You said career-wise, Hakeem.
Yeah, like I feel like Hakeem got more out of his self than ShaQ could have got out of himself.
Mm-hmm. But I just displayed to you how he played longer and better.
But I feel like ShaQ could have got more out of him.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I look at. Like, damn. And you can't do the what if scenario, but it is just what it is, because I feel like Hakeem just needed another all-star by his side.
What if Michael Jordan had played them 2 years? Will Hakeem be a champion?
He would have got one.
I'm not so sure about that.
8 years in a row, bro.
I'm not
8 years in a row. That's unheard of.
Hey,
bro.
man. He won 3 in a row, then 3 in a row. You don't tell me he can do that. Come on, dude. Like, what?
But ain't nobody never did 4.
I get it, but
Until
Mike robbed
until
us
it's
of
done.
that. That's what I'm saying. Mike robbed us of that because wasn't nobody betting against the Bulls if Michael would have ran it back after winning that third one against Seattle, bro. He wasn't nobody betting against that man, bro.
But you know how I feel about that 90 shit.
And you telling me you already highlighted Hakeem not having a real Robin in that first championship? He wouldn't have beat him the first championship. So that would have meant he would have had to get Clyde on this team for that extra 20 piece to fight Mike. And that would have been better.
I got a factual situation. And it's come from a podcast. And I listened to the whole situation. Robert Horry literally played for Phil Jackson, and he was on that Laker team.
Mm-hmm.
He said he know for a fact one of those years the Rockets would have beat them because Phil Jackson do not like to double team. And you mean to tell me Luke Longley, Bill Winnington would have had the fucking time of their life playing against him?
So you mean to tell me that Seattle team that Hakeem lost to in 96, you mean to tell me that
the same
that was the year right after he just won a title, though. So it's fair.
95? Who did he beat in 95?
ShaQ, as a third-year player.
Okay, and ShaQ beat him as a 15-year-old man with arthritis.
You a grown man, though. You a grown man. I'm the young son. You're a okay. You got grown man. Hey, bro. And exactly what happened. He took his old man to the shed. 29.5 points per game, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks on his head, and proceeded to sweep his ass up out of there. So I don't want to hear it. He got his get back on his ass, dude. Y'all be leaving that out.
He swept his ass next. And that's when Hakeem had Drexler, another all-star by his side.
Okay.
So, hey.
Yes. Hey. Thank you. It wasn't like he just beat ShaQ ass. ShaQ killed in that series. ShaQ averaged 28 and 11. But it gets poo-pooed because Hakeem still outplayed him. Like, Hakeem was that good in that. But I understand. Yeah. But Hakeem didn't play against 300-pound ShaQ. He didn't play against the bodyguard that was in L.A. He didn't play against him. He played against the young, spry ShaQ.
But that ShaQ still was something to be reckoned with.
He was something to be reckoned with. Absolutely. He averaged 28 and 11.
He beat Patrick Ewing. He beat Reggie Miller. He beat all them guys in the playoffs to get to Hakeem. So, I mean, hey.
Yeah. Say that. And that's why I give ShaQ his credit for getting to the finals even at that age, because at that age, we don't hold it against players. We don't. Mm-mm. We don't hold it up against 23, 24-year-olds that they didn't win their first time in the finals. Like, and then I look at ShaQ making the finals that young the same way Hakeem did. That's why this debate was it was hard. It's hard to even make an argument against Hakeem. You know what I'm saying? But ShaQ gave me a lot of ammunition because ShaQ really, like, if you look at his numbers, bro, like, and the fact that he didn't make free throws and averaged 29 3 times. Imagine if he made free throws at a 70% clip, 35 a night, 36 a night, 35 a night, 36. Bro, so it's like,
he'd have been the greatest of all time.
But again, imagine, right? So it's like we got to deal with the facts. And what he did with what he had, his God-given ability, he scored the shit out of the ball, and he was dominant as hell. He was part of that dynasty, winning 3 in a row. That's only been done by 3 teams, L.A., Boston, and Chicago. So I'd rather that. I want to be known in history as that. And then I won an MVP. Then I got 3 finals MVPs. Then I got 4 titles. So I'm looking at all that, and I'm like, I'd rather have this guy's career. I understand the defensive side of the ball. But we all like to average 30. I don't give a fuck who you is. Like, so it just is like, for me, like, how dominant he was. It's like power versus finesse. It's the old debate. We all know power versus finesse. You know what I'm saying? And it's not pretty what ShaQ does, but he just simply puts the ball in the cup at a much higher rate than Hakeem. And at that time, it was so overwhelming because the league hadn't figured it out yet. Like we said, ShaQ had a little bit of help with who he played with. A couple of his opponents, not including Dikembe. Dikembe was hooping. But still, like, at that time, ShaQ was the motherfucking man. Like, and it was he left nothing on the bone during those 3 years. During those 3 years, he was a man possessed, bro. Like, And that's why we was all disappointed, because we thought we was about to see a team win 4 in a row. We hold that against Shaq losing against Detroit. Like, oh man, no, that's trash. How y'all losing them? Dude, they was about to win 4 in a row. Like, dude, like.
You forgot the 4th year, they lost to the Spurs.
Oh, yeah. So that already knocked that out. Yeah. In 03, they lost against Spurs. So they went to the finals, what, 5 times?
It was 2000, 01, 02.
03. No, 03 they went to the conference finals.
They lost to the Spurs. Yep. In 04, they went back to the finals.
There you go. So Shaq appeared in the finals 5 times. I'm taking that. I'm taking the 5-time appearance and 4 times winning.
No, like, 6.
He went 6 times?
Okay. Houston.
Oh, yeah. I'm tripping.
Detroit.
That's 6.
Miami. 4 and 6.
4 and 6. Like, I'm taking that, bro. I'm taking that to the bank. 3-time finals MVP. I won an MVP. I led the league in scoring, twice? I was all NBA 14 times. I won Rookie of the Year. Like, I'm 3 All-Star Game MVPs. Like, yeah, I showed you I could do it under the defensive end. I got 3-time all-defensive teams. But I focused on scoring the ball. And he was a part of that dynasty with the Lakers. You can't say Kobe without Shaq. You can't say Shaq without Kobe. So it's one of those things, man. Like, it's the same thing with Jordan and Pippen. Like, you can't have one without the other because they both impacted that team on such a level. But I like that dichotomy that Hakeem did had a 20-point per game scorer. Then he did it without one, too. I understand that. He's a bad motherfucker. I just had to make the argument for Shaq, pretty much. Mind you, this is another little tidbit I want to say about Shaq. Led the league in PER 5 straight seasons. That's the shit that's the shit that Joker and Embiid doing now, where they leading the league in PER and doing everything. He did that 5 straight years. Hakeem never did that. So it's little shit like that too in between the lines. Like, it's just, man, he's special.
Shaq a dog.
And then he shot over, people forget, in Miami, he was so efficient. He was shooting over 60% all of them 3 years. With the Lakers, he was trying to score the ball a lot more, so obviously he missed more. So he shot like 55% in LA, went up to 60% in Miami.
Yeah, man.
That's my land right there, man. Shaq, Hakeem. I'm still taking Shaq, and I mean that wholeheartedly. The Iverson and Steph debate, I'm taking Steph for real. I was just making the Iverson debate. But this one I'm actually sticking with Shaq on this one. If I'm looking at both of their careers on paper, I'm looking at the tape on what I did to guys on tape. Like, I'm looking at the analytical side of it and how dominant I actually was. I'm part of a dynasty. I'm taking that career over Hakeem's. I respect Hakeem. Like you said, he didn't play with the Kobe. He didn't play with these guys. So I understand it, but I got to go with the guy who did, who won. And I got to go with dominance and history and dynasty. I'm taking that. That's my case on Shaq.
Hakeem 2 for 2, though.
Hakeem 2 for 2. Indeed. But I still want to holler at him about that 96 because you just won it twice in a row. Where was you? You was losing in the second round to Seattle. So you mean to expect me to believe you about to beat Michael Jordan? I'm not. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. And it's just that little bit of evidence right there that leads me to it. Because you just went. And then mind you, you're in the West. You ain't got to play Mike into the finals. So it's like that little bit of that little shred of evidence left in there makes me believe you wouldn't have beaten no damn Michael Jordan in the finals, dude. Like,
you would matchup.
It would have been a hell of a matchup though. It would have been, and I don't doubt. I don't doubt that it would have been a series, but I can't bet against Michael Jordan. And I mean that genuinely. Like, I don't know who would win that, but I can't bet against 23. Like, I know that.
Yeah, man.
That's tough.